Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome to another Out of the Ordinary detail. Now, after I got Bobby all cleaned up last week, there was tons of you who wanted to see Johnny get the exact same treatment, so that's what we're going to do today. Now, what you're looking at here is a John Deere 3039R tractor that I picked up in October of 2021, so a little over a year ago, and since then I've been using it for all sorts of things out here, like pushing snow, tilling the ground out here in preparation for planting trees, laying down poly pipe for irrigation, hauling rocks, and all sorts of other things. So just like Bobby, it's been used hard and gotten pretty filthy in the process. So stick around, as this video should be just as fun and educational as the last one. I'm gonna get Johnny here all cleaned up, get my snow bucket put on as winter has arrived, and maybe even ceramic coat this beautiful green paint. So as always, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, well, as I'm sure you guys probably guessed already, this is the first time that I'm detailing Johnny. Now, I've had it for a little over a year, but I didn't have anywhere to actually get this done. The studio wasn't finished yet, and I had to store it out here on the shop side. So yeah, this was kind of just the first opportunity I've had to actually get into it and get the paint protected. So I'm really looking forward to getting this done today. All right, well, we got most of the front end sprayed off now. The next step here is to lift the bucket up, get the underside clean, and then we can take the bucket off. Gonna spray off the joints again with a little bit better access there. But while I do that, I figured I'm gonna show you guys how you control Johnny. If you guys watched last week's video with the Bobcat, obviously Bobcat's got hand and foot controls. A tractor is, at least this one, is much more like driving a car. So once again, turn the key to the on position. You can see the hours on the engine, we're good to go. Now in terms of the movement, we got two pedals here. Left one is basically go forwards, the right one is go back. There's handy little arrows on there in case you forget. But in terms of the bucket, it's all controlled by this lever here. So it's very simple. Pull back on it, the bucket's gonna go up. Push it forward, the bucket goes down. Now in terms of the curl, we're going to go to the right, it's going to curl out like that. And if you want to curl it in, you're going to pull it in towards yourself and it's going to curl in. So yeah, pretty simple. So we'll get this raised up here and tilt it out so I can see the bottom nice and good, and probably not all that dirty, but we'll get it sprayed off regardless. Now in terms of getting the bucket off, it's not quite as easy as the Bobcat. It doesn't have any sort of power attachment system. This has these clips, you're gonna pull those out. There's one on each side. Alright, well, starting on the rototiller now, and I figured I'd give you a bit more background on the tractor. So like I mentioned in the opening, it's a John Deere 3039R tractor, and what that means is that it's a 3 series tractor, and the 39 means the Yanmar diesel engine makes 39 horsepower, while the R means it's got some upgraded equipment over the open operator versions, like a cab that has heat and AC, which in my opinion is pretty important to have when you live in Canada if you want to be using your machine year round. And as for why the tiller is still on considering it is in fact winter now, well, basically it adds weight to the tractor to help with traction, and it's honestly just easier to leave it on rather than finding floor space for it inside the shop. Now, because I know I've seen a lot of people comment about how my shoes are always clean, well, this is why. All right, well, as I work my way through washing Johnny here, quickly realizing there is a lot of surface area on this thing with the loader and the tiller on the back. A lot of little crevices, so washing is definitely gonna take a little bit more time today. All right, well, before I get Johnny dried here, we're gonna take care of the engine bay here, which honestly isn't even all that dirty. Yeah, it's not too bad, but I am gonna do this now before drying. Normally I do it after, but just the nature of this design, I guess. When I rinse, everything's gonna run down the side of here, so yeah, may as well save myself a little bit of time and do it before we dry. So. Alright, well with the engine clean now, I'll start on drying Johnny, and while I do, I just wanted to quickly remind you that if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to check out last week's where I detailed my Bobcat, and if you happen to find yourself on other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, well, I'm regularly posting videos there as well, so be sure to give me a follow over there too. Alright guys, well, it's time to get to work on the interior, and I do have to say that thankfully it is not too bad. It's definitely not as bad as the Bobcat was, but you know, cup holders and stuff, there's some dirt and dust in here, so especially on the floor. So I think I'm going to follow kind of that same process. I'm going to vacuum up everything, kind of blast out crevices with the steamer, and then just kind of do a quick wipe down, and yeah, we should be good to go. So yeah, let's get to work. We go grab the vacuum. Okay, well, just before I get started on steaming here, I figured I'd take you guys through a few more of the controls that Johnny has. So obviously we've already talked about this one. This is, you know, controls the bucket. We got a couple other levers here. This is, well, controls the, I guess, what you got attached on the back, the implement you got attached on the back, which is right now a tiller. Push it forward, it's going down, pull it back towards you, it comes up. This kind of just sets the depth of what you got set back there. And this guy here is the PTO, or power takeoff. So right now it's set in mid and rear. This is mid PTO, mid and rear PTO, and then just rear only. And basically what the PTO, the power takeoff, lets you, you know, attach a snowblower or a rototiller or like a mower deck or something like that. But yeah, actually I have to set this in mid and rear right now, because whenever it's set to rear, I think the cable's too tight, and it when I'm tilling it, it ends up popping out of rear only. Got to actually get it to the dealer to get that looked at, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up picking up a snowblower for this thing or not. I do have a snow bucket for this. I clear snow with the Bobcat as well. Kind of a tandem approach, I guess, but I kind of wanted to wait and see kind of what the drifts were like out here. Obviously things were done, didn't know what things were going to be like with trees and stuff, so I don't know how bad it's going to drift, but if it does drift in here bad, then I'm definitely going to need a snowblower. So Johnny might get a snowblower, but I don't quite know yet. But yeah, otherwise, this is cruise control here, and then the PTO, basically the switch to engage it. Yeah, this guy here is actually the throttle, the engine throttle. So you set engine RPM with this. And there's another lever over here on the left side of the steering wheel that is to engage your mechanical front wheel drive. So need more traction, like when I'm pushing snow. Yeah, kind of engage the front wheel drive, and you basically get 4-wheel drive. And the lever over here basically sets your kind of your speeds, I guess. A is going to be what you're doing when you're going low speeds, like tilling or something like that. N is obviously neutral. B is kind of that mid-range speed. So I'd have it in B probably when I'm moving around the yard or pushing snow or something like that. And then C obviously lets you go the fastest if you're driving down a road or something like that. So yeah, aside from that, we got a parking brake here, and then down by my left foot there's a little lever that I can engage the rear differential. Basically, if I'm losing traction and the back wheels are spinning, you can lock the rear diff, get those wheels spinning at the same rate, and you get more traction doing that. So, and then aside from that, one other cool thing you guys might find interesting, these are the brake pedals here. You actually have independent control of the left wheels and the right wheels. So this little thing lets you lock them together, but basically having independent control lets you make tighter turns. So if you want to make a tighter turn when you're turning left, put some brake on the left, and then vice versa on the right side. So, and anyways, that's probably enough tractor education for you guys. So yeah, let's get steaming. Let's get this thing clean. Okay, well, after getting the paint prepped with clay bar and an IPA wipe down, I'm getting to work on the ceramic coating now, and I'm guessing there's a lot of people out there that would consider this completely unnecessary and a waste of time. And I do see their point in that it's equipment and it's going to take a beating, but I've always been a person to take great pride in the things that I own, so keeping the tractor looking its best is the only way I know. And not only is the coating going to boost the depth and gloss of the paint, it's also going to make it easier to clean going forward, as dirt and dust just won't stick to it the same. Okay, well now that I've got all the grease points re-greased, which is something I do after every 10 hours of use, I went and put the regular bucket in the shop for the winter, and will then get the snow bucket on and brought into the shop so I can get it cleaned up and coated. And this isn't something you can buy straight from John Deere, as I actually built this last fall. Here's a couple pictures of it before and after I painted it. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and it works really well with the adjustable skis on the sides. So I gotta say, I'm a little bit excited to get pushing snow with it this winter. But anyways, once I'm done with it, I'll quickly get it attached to the loader and then get Johnny outside so we can take a look at how incredible it looks. All right guys, well 8 hours later and Johnny here is all cleaned up, ceramic coated, the snow bucket is on, and it's ready to push some snow this winter. And again, if you guys enjoyed seeing a piece of equipment like this get cleaned up, please let me know down in the comments. Obviously I've done the tractor and the Bobcat last week, but if you guys want to see more, there's a lot of heavy equipment around where I live, so it probably wouldn't take too much to get a few more in here. But anyways, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the thumbs up button on this video, enjoy the guitar tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you.